Hello and welcome to the Cohn Zone. That's Lowell Cohn. I'm Grant Cohn. And we got to talk about the big news. The Niners lost a coach, Brian Flurry, the tight ends coach and run game coordinator. He'd been with them since 2019, and now he is the Seattle Seahawks offensive coordinator. We're going to start there. We're also going to talk about Tyreek Hill, Brock Purdy, Saudi Arabia, and the rise of the 49ers. Brian Flurry's gone. How big of a loss do you think this is for the 49ers, Dad?
Did you say he was also the run game coordinator?
Technically, yes. In 2025, he was responsible for that.
Wow. He should put a bag over his head. They didn't have much of a run game. I didn't know. Here's the thing about Flurry. His first name is Brian. Until he left the team, I never heard of him. Now, you're down there, so I assume, heard of him. Iggy, so they lost the guy I never heard of.
Well, here's what you need to know about Flurry. They brought him in 2019 as a defensive quality control coach. Then he was an offensive quality control coach in 2020 and 2021, which means he's on the coordinator track. That's what Kyle Shanahan makes people do if they want to become coordinator. You have to learn everything, starting with defense. Then he became the tight ends coach in 2022, even though he had never coached tight ends in his life. So they kept trying to push him up the ladder. And then last year, he got his first coordinator title as run game coordinator, and it didn't go well, although it wasn't all his fault.
Okay. Here's what I think it means to the 49ers that they lost this guy I never heard of. I think it means Jack Squat.
Yeah, there's that.
The Jack Squat phenomenon. I have a feeling.
Like Kyle's like, what am I going to do without Flurry?
Yeah. I don't think he's doing it. Say, yeah, we got rid of this guy. We'll get another one. That's what I think.
Yeah.
How do you feel about it?
I think he's probably replaceable. And I think it's interesting that the Seahawks, that's the best that they could do. And we could talk about why that was the best fit for them. But I think you could say like, oh, they just made the Niners weaker. Did they? I don't know. They might get a better tight end coach now. They might get a better run game coordinator now.
I think they just made themselves weaker.
I think so. They did the Niners a favor.
Yeah. Kubiak's gone. What is it, about 1 million Kubiaks out there? When are the Kubiaks?
There's a lot of Kubiaks.
There's many Kubiaks.
They couldn't get the Niners Kubiak because he's technically the offensive coordinator, even though he doesn't really call plays.
Yeah. So
they went for a Flurry. Dad, do you like a Flurry? What stands out to you about a Flurry?
Well, spelled I-E as opposed to Y. It's a French light-bodied Beaujolais, and it's a gorgeous wine. It is. Now, you have to drink them young. This guy's 41. I think he's
Would you want a light-bodied Beaujolais calling plays for your offense, Dad? I don't know.
No.
I might want a Malbec.
Or a cab.
Or a cab.
Napa Valley cab, yeah.
Yeah.
So I think he's a little lightweight for what they want up there, Iggy. And I think this thing is advantage 49ers. They don't have to face the Cougs, and they face the Flurry. So I think it's advantage 49ers. But Iggy, explain, because you're good at this, why you think the Seahawks went for this guy as opposed to 3 people in their own organization that they interviewed.
That is very interesting. Well, I'm guessing all the people they interviewed had 0 play calling experience. This guy did have a little bit of experience with Clint Kubiak and Sam Darnold in 2023. They were all with the Niners at the same time, and they need to find someone who runs something that's good for Sam Darnold. He is their starting quarterback, and he's had some bad years in the NFL. He's had 2 good years in a row in a very specific system. So they're trying to keep that in place. And I do find it interesting that they took this guy over the candidates on their own coaching staff. They must feel like this Flurry is really bright.
Iggy, has he called plays?
Never.
Okay. That's risky. It's risky to take someone who's never called any plays. I will say one thing from their point of view, the Seattles, they win with defense. I mean, Kubiak was good. His offense wasn't that good, right? His offense wasn't so – I mean, he was good, but it's not like he was Bill Walsh. So they know they win with defense, and what they have to do on offense is not screw up. That's what they do, not screw up.
Yeah, they kicked a lot of field goals in the Super Bowl. They run the
Yeah.
ball a lot, take some play action shots, but really, it's not a high risk offense, and the bar isn't that high.
No, and it's not a very interesting offense.
Yeah. I wonder if Mike McDonald keeps hiring offensive coordinators from the 49ers because he respects their offense so much. I mean, he destroys it, or because he really just wants to put Sam Darnold in the best position possible, make him comfortable.
It's a very good question. We don't know the answer, but I can't see how he respects the Niners offense that much since he completely has it figured out. He dominates it, to use an Al
Yeah.
Davis phrase. He wants to keep his quarterback comfortable.
Okay. So Flurry's out. The Miami Dolphins today released Tyreek Hill. Should the Niners sign him? Let me list the pros and the cons real quick, and then you tell me what you think. Pros, he's only 31, he'll be 32 in a few weeks. Played for the Dolphins, so which is the same system as the 49ers, so he would fit. He's one of the fastest wide receivers of all time. Niners need speed. Downside is that he tore his ACL and dislocated his knee a few months ago, and it's unclear when he's coming back or what he'll be when he comes back. And he's gotten in trouble so many times, and it's like domestic violence stuff. And if you look it up on Wikipedia, it's like 10 paragraphs long, and you can check it out for yourself. Am I missing anything? Well, because of all that, he might only cost you $15 million a year as opposed to Jawan Jennings, who could cost you 20. What do you think, Dad?
Well, okay, you say he's young, but he's going to be 32 and he's hurt. So I think he's a
Yeah,
perfect fit for the 49ers because they
yeah, he
go
fit
for
right in.
hurt older players. He'd fit right
Yeah,
in that
mhm.
regard. So he checks that box. But the other thing is all this domestic violence stuff. I read on Wikipedia that it's alleged that he has 10 children with 4 different women. That doesn't go over so well in the Bay Area.
No.
If they were to sign him, it would be a risk because people in the Bay Area, rightly so, are very sensitive about that stuff and about
Yeah.
hitting women and all that kind of thing, which I think he was alleged to have done. So
Yes.
it wouldn't be exactly a PR coup to get him, and they'd have to say they've talked to him. He's turned over a new leaf. He's a family man. He stays home at night and plays chess,
And reads
um,
the Bible.
reads the Bible, and I think it would be a hard sell. But again, they are attracted to older, hurt players, so they have to work
Who know
out
their
that
system.
who know their system, right? It's more important, apparently, for them to get older, hurt players who know their system than young, really good players who
Yeah.
would have to
In that
learn the
sense,
system.
he might be perfect for the 49ers, but like you said, his legal issues are very troubling, and the Niners will take risks on players who like had a DUI. They signed Demarcus Robinson last year, a couple months after he'd had a DUI, but they haven't taken any risks with players who have any domestic accusations since Reuben Foster. And as soon as he had some accusations, they got rid of him. Tremaine Brock 10 years ago, they got rid of him immediately. That seems like one thing that the Yorks will not tolerate, which is why I would be freaking shocked if they sign Tyreek Hill. It might be someone that Kyle Shanahan deep down might want, but I don't think the Yorks would allow it.
Good for the Yorks.
Yeah, that's what I would say.
Good for the Yorks. Yeah.
I mean, it's one thing to take on a bum like that when he's 26 and incredible, but at 32, coming off this injury, you get all the baggage and not all the talent. Maybe not.
Right. How does a guy like that fit into the locker room? There's some very buttoned down guys, the quarterback, the running back, the that guy who plays fullback, they're kind of, straight arrows. And I don't get the feeling he's a straight arrow. He's a boomerang.
No, no, he broke that lady's leg, but they were just doing football drills in his backyard.
They
They
were
were doing
doing
offensive line
football.
drills.
Yeah, she was
Yeah.
pretending to be that's you got to read his Wikipedia. I got to tell you, his Wikipedia entry is as good as anything you've read in a mystery novel. It's phenomenal. And you can read it in
Yeah.
2 minutes.
You can't believe he's actually a real person.